Да это понятно, чел, что ты мне скидываешь, блин, станковую формулу для новичков, хуйню всякую. Братан, блядь, это понятно, что если не попал в броню, значит попал куда-то в гусеницу там или куда-то. Ты мне нахуй объясни, как это возможно было с этим выстрелом, который был произведен. Ебануться, блядь. Это РПУ называется. Чувак, если РПУ расшифровывается не как рандомная помойка уебанов, тогда иди нахуй просто, я не знаю, о чем ты.
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat actually.
Рассинхрон, там был момент, когда прицел был ниже НЛД на гусле. Угу. То есть, по-твоему, у меня что-то типа, не знаю, там пинг примерно там 300 там, да, или 400 миллисекунд, да? Я не понимаю, какого хуя у меня тратится стамина, когда я на лошади еду. Это же, ну, я не знаю, что может быть более тупое.
Гид, привет. Сори,
Здорово.
если 200 раз спрашивали, тебе интересна балда 3? Не
Нет.
в плане завтра стартуем, а просто, есть ли мысли на ее счет?
Нет, неинтересно. Совершенно не моего типа игра. Блять. Блять, тебе въебать или что? Блять. Если ты сюда со мной зайдешь, я тебя придушу. Придурок ебаный, блядь. Да, блядь.
God save you.
What's the matter?
It's the tourney. It always upsets me.
Why would the tourney upset you?
It brings back sad memories about my son Svartalfluk. God rest him. He always loved sword fighting. Even when he was just a lad, he used to duel with his mates with sticks. And for years he saved every groschen he got so as he could buy a real weapon. Wasn't long before he had the hang of all sorts of fancy strikes and feints. So when he heard Sir Hanush was holding tourneys for common folk, he was first in line to enroll.
I see. And he got hurt in the arena?
Oh, heavens no. Sir Hanush set the rules in such a way that nobody would suffer more than a bruise or two. And he makes damn sure the rules are obeyed.
Did your son ever win the tourney?
Oh, aye, more than once. Svartalfluk wasn't the strongest, but he was agile as a weasel. And he put his heart and soul into it.
So what happened to him then?
Well, this fella by the name of Peter enrolled. They called him Black Peter on account of the colour he wore. He beat all comers. No man could match him. Only Svartalfluk was determined to take him, so he started training all the hours God gave. He even started going to Captain Bernard for lessons. And in the last tourney, he got the better of Black Peter in the end and won the prize. Only he never came home that day. I figured he was having a drink in Rattay to celebrate his victory. But he didn't even turn up in the morning, and I started getting worried. I was just on my way to look for him when some merchants came by. They found my boy by the road just past Rattay. He was still alive, but he was burning up and shaking like a leaf. I sent for the sawbones right away. But before the day was out,
Я же угандошил этого черного Петера.
Do you think it was this Black Peter who killed him?
it was the first thing crossed my mind. Aye. But there's no proof. It could have been anyone, I suppose.
Я его давным-давно угандошил.
Do you know anything about this Black Peter?
No, not much. I asked around, but nobody knew nothing much about him. Except he was a stuck-up bastard. He always just turned up for the tourney, took his prize and vanished.
Did Svartalfluk have any wounds?
Only a couple of scratches and bruises from the tourney. Nothing that would kill a man. Not even the sawbones could figure out what done him in.
I think I can tell you what happened to Svartalfluk.
Really?
The fact that he died just after beating Black Peter and winning the tourney was no coincidence.
So it was that bastard.
Yes, Black Peter lay in wait and ambushed me. He's a nasty piece of work. The thing is, he had some kind of poison on his weapon, so I reckon he might have poisoned your son. The signs you spoke of point to it.
Merciful God, I knew it. But how did you get away from the fucker? Did you kill him?
Nah, he was no match for me. I sent him straight to hell where he belongs.
Thank you. It won't bring my boy back, but it gives me some peace to know you avenged his death. Here, take this. It's not much, but it's all I have. God be with you.
Этот квест надо было брать до первого турика. Понял.
Yeah.
Я не понимаю, в какую сторону я еду. Правильно, неправильно? Это ровно. Нет, подождите. Нет, это монастырь. Нет, все нормально. Я вот думаю, наверное, мне не надо в начале стрима играть в танки. В этом нет смысла. Потому что я только расстраиваюсь от этих игр. Ничего хорошего не получается с этого. Может, в конце стрима? Хотя, с другой стороны, если я буду в конце стрима в них играть, тогда я буду уставший и... Хотя, какая нахрен разница? Вот что, вот сейчас я был выспавшийся, поел, все было нормально, и все равно происходит ебаная помойка. Я не знаю. Это в Тальнберг. Мне в ледечко надо. Знал, что неправильно... Ведь знал, что неправильно поехал. Сарасти, какая нахрен разница, кто там в рандоме вылезает? Какая нахрен разница? Когда проблема не в этом.
Add meg magad, vagy kinyírunk! Most megkapod! Mutass meg valamit!
Классно, спиной парирует. Четверочастная воинская куртка. Это вообще что такое? Да, это наверх. Баяние, кстати, повышает. Здорово, Джозеф Басс.
Closer, my friend!
Просто минус все настроение. Вообще, вот минус все настроение. Гребаные танки. Почему муть иногда? Потому что он очень голоден. Интересно, почему этот комбез считается краденым? Вот почему? Я снял его с трупа. Да, он мне не принадлежал. Я снял его с трупа, я не воровал его.
I'm honored.
Блин, энергия 38 теперь. Жесть, я обожрался. Ну, пошли поспим. Немножко. Сколько времени-то? Ну, пару часов можно покемарить. Чтобы хотя бы дебаф пропал. Здорово, Панкор.
Желто-черный, 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 желто-черный. О, черно-желтый.
Жопой, блядь! Эй, ты! Не спишь? Ты нарушитель границы, так? Надо же тебе было налететь прямо на имперскую засаду. Они...
The Lord be praised. I'd like to enroll.
All right.
Of course.
I'll write you. And I need to.
Longsword.
Good. Take care. Meeting face to face in this round will be Alder Fryer, a man-at-arms from Sir Divish of Townburg's garrison. And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kubla. Welcome, our warriors. All is prepared for the first duel. We will witness a duel with longswords.
供なのね夢を追って
Over here.
The second bout will surely be no less exciting. This one may decide the winner. Our combatants will demonstrate their skills with short sword and shield.
Oh, kurwa.
Proceed to the next round. The first combatant will be Colder o' the Tower, Catchpole of the Rat-Eye Bailiff. And his adversary will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Ratzik Kubla. Welcome, our warriors. The combatants have entered the arena and the first duel may commence. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Dear, did that? Goddamn! Come and get it!
Да зачем ты его клинчуешь-то, ё-моё?
Change weapons for the second bout. The combatants will engage in a duel.
Нет, Панкор, ничего не изменилось. Просто боевка 1 на 1 нормально работает, потому что игра под нее и была сделана. Боевка 1 на 1 сделана нормально. Проблема начинается, когда против тебя больше одной цели одновременно сражается.
meeting face to face in this round will be Benish of Lashim, Cartpole to the Sasso Bailiff. And he will face Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Ratsik Kubla. Let us wish the combatants luck. All is prepared for the first duel. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Лучником нет, нереально играть. Чел, ты какой-то охуевший, да, смотрю маленько? Я правильно понимаю, да? А, да? Мне казалось, я тебя повалил. Какой-то ты душный, братан. Да я вижу, что мисс. Ай, да боже, серьезно. Ну, файнали. Нельзя здесь
Ты,
собрать
сука,
арабов 5.
хуесос. Вообще, блядь, здесь никто. И ты судить здесь права никакого нахуй не имеешь. И лезь в чужую жизнь, у тебя, сука, права никакого нету, нахуй.
Господи, блядь. Еще раз я выключу просто. Вы заебались, память не в тему. Чувак, блядь, вот ты к чему это сейчас отправил? То есть к тому, что ты долбоеб, это и так понятно. Да ёбаный рот! Кровотечение из головы потрясающе. А, ну это Габелла, скорее всего. Ты будешь что-то делать? Опять в голову, блядь, сука. Я жму на Q, я жму на Q, я жму на Q, блядь, я ее держал, блядь, сука, все это время, но он даже просто щит не поставил, боже, блядь, как же это нахуй бесит.
Whose good grace this tourney is convened, selects the weapons for the third decisive duel. Prepare to watch a fierce fight with axes and shields.
Take that!
Да ёбаный рот, блядь, а? Хорошо, я буду только от контратак действовать. Что долбоёб с мимолетом соснул? Думал, сейчас, блядь, еще раз отправлю. Вот смех-то будет, блядь, чтобы он разозлился, да?
Lords and ladies, good men and good wives, you have just witnessed the final duel in today's Ratai tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sahanash of Laipa. All glory to the victor, Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Radzik Kobila. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sahanash.
Не стал брать деньги? В смысле? Так он как раз таки заплатил, блядь. Он купил еще мимикоинов этих, чтобы отправить еще раз эту хуйню. Ты что, думаешь, я не видел, что там ник был тот же самый? Того же придурочного. Прекрасно видел.
You put on a hell of a show, Henry. Here's
Thank you, Sahana.
good luck then.
Только я дал ему закинуть сначала денег, а потом уже отключил мемалерты. Щит с прорезью для копья. Щит особенно подходит для использования с коротким оружием. Щиты бывают всевозможных форм и размеров, но наибольшее состояние получили треугольнички. А в чем прикол этого щита?
Look out!
Нет, оружие не давали. Ну вот щит дали. Оружие не давали. Внимание не обратил? Я не думаю, что он преследовал цель, а чтобы на него обратили внимание.
All right, that's the last.
That's the last? Да, я сделал этот квест. Ни хрена себе. Не, в спортзал пока не хожу. Надо бы, надо бы. Уже даже желание появилось, но пока нет. Вот это прикол. Так может и эти тогда можно тоже сделать? Как же бесит, когда кидают вот реально так вот мемы не в тему. Причем не просто не в тему, а... Угу. Читайте перед паном Рацингом. Да, причем не просто этот, когда их кидают не в тему, а когда прям вот Мемесы бывают вот двух типов. Первый, это которые просто абсолютно бессмысленные, которые можно кидать когда угодно. Типа там домашнего задания, там бубсов, Алины Рин, вот что-то такое, да. И есть мемы, которые вот несут в себе какой-то смысл, которые нужно кидать вот четко прямо в нужный момент, в нужный тайминг. И как же, блядь, меня бесит, когда такие мемы кидают просто нахуй так. Я все бесит. Ну, после танков, и когда я не выспался, да, я предупреждал, что так будет. Но в целом все равно меня... Это не отменяет того, что меня супер выбешивает, когда, блядь, такую хуйню делают. Я не понимаю, что за мне за дебаф висит. Последний вздох. Так, и долго он будет висеть, мне вот интересно. Как же коту тяжело жить с ним. Моему коту живется заебись. Как моему коту живется со мной, тебя вообще ебать нахуй не должно, блядь. DLC на восстановление деревни, оно фоном, там особо квестов нету. Да, можно попробовать. Это какое? Где домик нарисован? В Тальберге, ну да. Угу. Окей.
У нас таким, как ты во дворе, ебучку били.
Угу.
Да. Типа истеришь, как девочка хуяк Guit88man. И все.
Подозреваю, что ты по личному опыту это, да, рассказываешь? Потому что я нотки попущенца слышу в голосе в этом. Все донатеры попущенцы, так и запишем. Вот, блять, в какой момент сейчас моей фразы, да, ты услышал вот нечто подобное? Мне интересно. В какой момент? Да, Роубурн. Так, ну что, тут что-нибудь изменилось? Нихера ты приоделся.
Jesus, what have you been up to?
So, what are you scheming up this time?
Well, we've got this idea. You might have heard there's coin coming to the Talmberg quarry to pay the workers their overdue wages.
Well, I overheard some talk about it.
They owe them for a quarter of a year. There's a lot of quarrymen in that quarry.
But it's bound to be well guarded, isn't it?
Maybe not, if we time it right.
Well, those people work for Sigismund.
Yeah, for Sigismund.
And are you quite sure?
No, actually, they're not Sigismund's people.
And you think it's all right? Is that what we are now? Common thieves?
What do you want me to tell you? Take a good fucking look at us. You're all right, but we're up to our necks in shit.
Знаешь почему? Потому что ты долбоёб, блядь! Придурок ёбаный, блядь, я вам уже и так помогал! Несколько нахуй раз! И ты все равно умудрился все проебать, конченый!
Yes. Then you're a fucking fool.
Пошел ты нахуй, знаешь что, блядь?
Why should we have to pay the price for that? To hell with the fucking quarrymen.
And why aren't we talking about it with Andrew?
Andrew hasn't got the balls for it. He sent us to hell.
He did? How come?
I don't know. He just said he won't do it.
Andrew's not interested? Is it that dangerous? Look, if I'm gonna do this, I want to know everything.
It's close to Talmberg, so if we mess something up, we could have problems. But what a pile of silver.
I want no part in it. This plan of yours gets more outrageous every time you open your mouth.
So we can't count on you anymore? Fine, we'll do it without you. Goodbye.
Надеюсь, нахуй вас убьют либо прямо там на месте, либо вас посадят нахуй, и потом еще палач вас на части порежет, блядь. Как вы заебали, блядь, идиоты ебаные, блядь. Сука, работу им нашел, блядь. За то, что они там пиздец устроили, договорился, блядь. Когда у них на работе был пиздец, я договорился, чтобы, блядь, закрыли глаза, что все у них будет нахуй нормально, блядь. И, сука, блядь, теперь они нахуй собираются грабить просто людей. Ёб твою мать, а.
You already
No.
So go and see him. This might be our
Here.
How are you?
Matthew told me about his plan.
That bollocks with the quarry? What the hell is he thinking?
You didn't like the sound of it.
No, it's too big and too much in plain sight. If the slightest thing went wrong, it'd all be fucked. And me and you too, mind, if we had anything to do with it.
So what do you propose? Matthew and Fritz have made their minds up.
You need to tell the commander of the Talmberg garrison that a robbery's in the making. Have him send his best men. When those two fools see how many soldiers there are, with any luck, they'll give up on the idea.
But what if they still decide to go for it?
Aye? Well, then they'll be in for a very tough time of it.
They're my old mates. You're asking too much of me.
I know. But look at what they're trying to do, for Christ's sake. Those quarrymen are honest folk who never did nothing to no one.
Вот именно.
Would you know of any way I could earn a bit of coin around here?
As it happens, I was just going to tell you about a job.
So, tell me.
Now and again, the fisherman from Talmberg comes around here with some game to sell. There's more and more poaching going on there, and they're always looking for new people, if you're interested.
Don't tell me there's a shortage of poachers.
There isn't. Only their chief is, well, not an easy man to get on with.
Why's that?
He's a strange one for a poacher. He's got ideas, and not just about how to make coin. But you'll see for yourself soon enough.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Then find a fellow in Talmberg who goes by the name of Black Lukesh. I think he lives on the hill above the castle. Tell him I sent you.
Thanks.
Good luck.
На каком этапе мейн-квеста или ветки мейн-квеста? Этот... Да блин, а почему у него все еще остается эта тема-то? Метка эта с квестом. Я сейчас... Ну, мор, короче, в деревне был. Я там допросил пленного. Так, ну я, естественно, Борику доложу об этой хуйне. Это просто пиздец. Эти твари, эти, блядь, твари, они мне с самого начала, если что, не нравились. С самого начала, когда они еще показали свои леволибератские взгляды, блядь, и сказали, что, типа, надо закидать дом вот этого чела говном. Патриотические, хуические, блядь. Патриотические, блядь, конечно. Так, а где Борик-то? Вон.
Good health.
There's a plan to rob the quarry.
The quarry? What do you know about it?
Once you bring the coin that's owed, they'll be waiting for you.
What? How do they know about the coin?
I don't know. But they aren't going to be nice about it. They've no respect for anyone. I recommend you take your toughest men.
Henry, I have no idea what this all means. But I'll muster the men. But if this is some kind of joke, there'll be hell to pay.
I'm afraid it isn't.
Через 5 дней после нашего разговора в корчме. То есть мне туда нужно через 5 дней прийти, правильно? Или неправильно? Или я сейчас могу туда пойти?
Andrew, the innkeeper, sent me. Said you had a job for someone who's good with a bow.
Did he now? That's all very well, but I don't know if you're a man I can trust.
So how can I prove it to you?
For a start, you can tell me why a lad like you wants to join us.
Начал тоже сюжет КГД проходить на нормале. Чё-то с интерфейсом игра более душной кажется, но при этом понял, что таргет можно менять и вообще убирать, но сделано все равно криво. Понял.
Simple. I love to hunt, but I haven't a drop of blue blood in me. So what else can I do?
True. The damn law won't let a man do what's natural. Anyway, I have to check you out first. See if you're any good.
I'm listening.
To begin with, I need to know if you're at home in the woods. And if you're any kind of hunter. Bring me some deer antlers, and then we'll talk.
Easy.
Я думал, эти квесты на охоту ёбаную закончились, сука. О, боже, бы опять этих оленей искать сраных, а? Не, похоже, все-таки через 5 дней надо прийти, реально. Так, кто-то из вас, застранцев, может посмотреть и точно сказать, чтобы я не проебался с этой темой? Или это слишком невыполнимая задача? Я когда планируется? Ну, где-то через часик. Сообщение появится. Ну хорошо, ладно.
Greetings. Can I be of service to you, Sir Divish? I've heard talk that something is going on in Pribyslavitz.
Henry, you've come at just the right moment. I sent a man to Pribyslavitz. My locator, Marius.
What's a locator?
A land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the settlement to see if we can start rebuilding it.
Why Pribyslavitz, of all places?
Because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruin since it was sacked by Havelmetic years ago. It's about time that changed.
You're planning to resettle the village?
Yes.
Well, it should be safe there now. We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes. And that's why I sent my master locator there.
Да, это
However, he should have been back long since.
If you've no objection, I could go and look for him.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out.
See you later.
Время. Бля, сейчас темнеть начнет. Хочу ли я ехать в Прибыславицу в такое время? Я думаю, что не хочу. Вот честно, я думаю, что я не хочу туда ехать в такое время.
Yeah.
Нет, NVIDIA Broadcast не пользуюсь. Да, первый раз прохожу.
Yeah.
Так, а здесь места охоты на оленей рядом нету? Ну, относительно.
Yeah. Yeah.
Не понял. А почему ты ничего не продаешь? Ты чё, гондон? Ну да, кстати, действительно сюда. Так, вот мимо ловчего. Мы идем в лес. И вот сюда. И направо. Теперь мы идем до перекрестка первого. И вот рядом с ним слева будет место охоты на косуль, оленей, там весь вот этот кал. Куда-то я не туда пришел. Похоже, что я вот сюда пришел, да? Да. Ну и не страшно, ничего такого в этом нет. Сейчас мы все сделаем. Так, вот примирительный крест. Мимо него налево. И вот сюда. Где тут перекресток? Вот он. Ну и где-то вот здесь теперь должен быть олень и косуля. Вот место охоты на оленей. Ждем, сейчас заспавнится. Ни хрена там зайцев сколько. А это не зайцы, наверное, это, наверное, косули. Вот и он. Рога. Вы поняли? Это же моя лошадь, которую я самый первый, ну, моя самая первая лошадь. Я у бандитов тогда ее забрал. А здесь она у меня осталась, потому что здесь этот был птачек, с которым мы на охоту ходили. Его тут поймали тогда, связали, половцы. А я должен был здесь, по идее, пешком бегать, но я приехал на лошади. Так, поехали тогда на ней доедем. Оставим ее в Талленберге. Потому что у моей-то телепорт есть, а у этой нету. Так, тихо. Это что-то не то, это ужасы. Блин, как же ужасно ориентироваться без работающего компаса. Это просто прям ад какой-то. Душный ад. Да, вот кто-то боится попасть в ад, потому что там его какой-то черт там будет ебать, да, в жопу там и варить в котле его там вечность. А я вот боюсь попасть в ад, в котором, блин, не работает компас. И метки на карте нету. Так, все, лошадка. Теперь вот это будет твой дом. Все.
I was beginning to worry you'd got lost in the forest.
No need to worry. I would have come back sooner, but it seemed a long way to go for just the one.
Well, well, so you're keen on hunting. I like that, lad. So give me the trophy, and the first task of your trial is done.
The first task?
Well, there was only one to begin with, but then I thought you could do something else for us.
I see. So what do you want me to do next? Kill a dragon? Catch a water sprite?
Hilarious. Better listen up, lad. Nicholas the Huntsman has a very fine old hunting horn. But we'd like Nicholas better without any horns. Understand?
Wait. What's all this about?
Nothing to worry yourself with now. Get the horn, and we'll have a bit of fun.
Right. So where is this horn?
Sometimes he carries it with him. It is a badge of office, after all. But I don't suppose he sleeps with it. Best to go at night and have a look around his lodge. It's on the hill above the village, opposite the castle. Come back to me as soon as you've got the horn. I can't wait to see the look on Nicholas's face.
Right. I'll get to it.
Glad to hear it. Good luck.
Так, сейчас пойдем мясо только впарим сперва. Ну, а потом, наверное, в Прибыславицу поедем. Хотя в целом можно и рок, наверное, спиздить. Что мне такого-то в этом? Я в этом деле мастер. Завтра Дредхангер будет компашкой, пойдешь? Меня никто не звал. И у меня завтра рейд в любом случае.
Let's talk.
Well,
We agree.
yeah, that's...
All right.
Могу, если Крис. Могу.
Yeah.
Квест у него был? У кого? У корчмаря? Нет, не было. А, вот же он.
Yeah.
И вот только сейчас вот начинают танки попускать меня. Звезда над ним горит, просто звезда над всеми корчмарями горит.
I have that horn for you. Ah, I'm looking forward to seeing the smile wiped off Nicholas's face when he finds out. As for you, the old man says you're in.
Last time you told me that if I brought the horn, you'd finally tell me what's going on.
Let's put it this way. Our old man's had it in for Master Huntsman Nicholas for years.
Why does he have it in for him?
There's more than one reason. But the heart of it is, Nicholas lied under oath and almost got him hanged.
That's a fair enough reason.
You're telling me.
What's he trying to achieve?
You want to know? Ask around the village what they think of the Master Huntsman. The old man is making a bigger and bigger fool of him day by day. Soon enough, the gossip will reach the ears of Sir Divish himself. And that's just what the old man wants.
So, what comes next?
We're just getting something big ready. We'll make camp in the north of Broder Woods. There's a concealed glade, and that's where you'll find us.
All right, I'll meet you there.
All right, I'll meet you there. Так. Угу.
Yeah.
Поехали, сразу туда сгоняем.
Yeah. Yeah.
Так, это я что-то типа как-то вот так сейчас проехал, да? Получается. Ну, типа того, да. Мне нужно... Теперь получается... Так, нет, подождите, это не тот дом. Или нет, это тот дом. Значит, тогда вот сюда. И как будет дорожка направо, повернуть на нее. Вот она. А вот и лагерь.
So you're the new fellow. Lucas said you know a thing or two. Question is, can we trust you?
Would I be here if you didn't?
Probably not. Did Lucas tell you who's in charge? Well, speak of the devil. Started to worry you weren't coming.
It couldn't be helped, Goathead. I had to get a document written up, and the nearest priest I can trust is in Yanowitz.
Not writing your will already, sir.
Who is this?
Henry. Lucas brought him. He nicked Nicholas's hunting horn for us.
Then I'm sure we'll get on like a house on fire. Is everyone here?
Everyone. Except that fool Radan, the charcoal burner. No one's seen hide nor hair of him.
We can't delay. If he's not back by evening, we go without him. So, Henry, tell me about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Why you came here. Where you come from. You know how it goes. I want to know your story.
What if I don't have one?
Everyone has a story. Leastways,
Егор Крид,
everyone in
Робин
this
Гуд.
clearing does.
Я пытаюсь понять, про кого из них ты говоришь.
Sir! The Tomburgers are coming!
Hannikin Hare of Zalush, I arrest you in the name of Lord Divish of Talnberg.
The Master Huntsman is not coming?
The Master Huntsman arrests poachers, not murderers. Will you come quietly?
What do you say, man?
В смысле спасти? А как я должен его спасти? Когда будет игра с Маэлом? Когда я могу? Я могу завтра до 9 вечера. Я могу в субботу в любое время. В какой-то вот из этих дней. Надо с Маэлом договориться. Маэл. Когда Расти Лейк? Да, я просто... Я не очень хочу убивать стражу тальмбергскую. Нет, Эзи, он не накинет. Он скажет, у нас все спокойно, потому что я давным-давно все эти звездочки уже обшарил. Все, я их все спросил. Да уйди ты, блядь! Кто там мешает? Так, живой. Живой. Не живой. Оставьте стражу в покое. Да оставьте вы его в покое, блин! Да, блядь! Сука, я сейчас тебе въебу, блядь, оставьте его в покое, нахуй! Чел, упади, пожалуйста, просто упади, без сознания упади. Сука, отъебитесь от него, блядь, придурки. Этот чел сдох. Забавно.
How are you, Henry?
Ну, то есть, серьезно? То есть, вот такой тупизм? То есть, он обязательно, то есть, он должен сдохнуть, да? Окей, хорошо, я понял. Какой же... Господи, какой же вавр идиот, блять, просто, а? Самонадменный идиот, блять, который возомнил себя хуй пойми кем. Что происходит? Что происходит? В убежище идем, я понял. У этого квеста есть альтернатива. Ну, что-то как-то незаметно, что она есть, если честно. Это мне потому что выбора не предоставляли. Ёб твою мать, долго еще идти. Вот сюда, что ли, мы идем?
It seems things have started to move faster than I expected. Thank you, Henry. Without you, I probably wouldn't have saved my skin.
What's this all about?
It's complicated. And I understand that it might be hard to believe, but today you fought on the side of justice.
Who are you, anyway?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Hannikin Hare of Zalush.
The nobleman?
I used to be. My house became sadly impoverished. And I became the master huntsman at Talmberg.
Gamekeeper turned poacher? I see. That's quite a transformation.
Nicholas gave me no choice.
What happened to your family?
My father lost his influential friends and the money with them. After his death, I inherited only his debts. There was nothing for it but to sell off all our possessions, see to my sister's welfare, and manage as best I could.
That sounds a rough deal.
Believe it or not, I never cared for the life of a nobleman. I spent my youth running free, hunting in the woods.
What happened between you and Nicholas?
I was falsely accused of murder. Henry of Lipa visited Talmberg, and the morning after the banquet in his honor, one of his men was found dead.
And didn't they have any cause to suspect you?
That's just it. They did. At the banquet, I got into a fight with the man.
I know Sir Hanish of Lipa. Was Sir Henry his father?
Indeed. He was on his way to Ratai to take charge of the fiefdom for young Sir Hans Capon.
Why did you get into a fight with him?
The fall of the House of Zalush was the work of the Lords of Lipa, and that fellow took great delight in reminding me of it.
And then what?
Nicholas began to pull strings. Several people came forward as witnesses to say they saw me with the fellow later that night.
Why would he have done that?
He wanted rid of me. We were both in love with the same lass, you see, and Margaret is his wife today. But back then, there was no question which of the two of us would win her. I was the huntsman of noble blood, and Nicholas was just plain Nick. Her father's preference was clear.
What did Margaret think of you?
She took me for a fool. She only had eyes for Nicholas, but I didn't see it then. In the end, she could have saved me.
How?
She could have told the truth. After the banquet, I was with her. But when they asked her, she said she hadn't seen me that night.
Do you know who did kill the man?
No. He was found in a ditch with his neck broken. He could have tripped and fallen, all on his own.
And that never occurred to anyone?
It did. But some people swore they'd seen us jostling on the drawbridge. Of course, that was Nicholas's way.
How did you get out of it?
What leads you to imagine I did?
Your head's still on your shoulders, so you must have escaped somehow.
I'm alive. But my name and my family's name has been dragged through the mud. For me, that's worse than the sentence waiting for me.
If you say so. But you still managed to get away.
Well, it's true. I had the good fortune to escape from the dungeon.
From the Talmberg dungeon? That can't be done, can it?
It's not too hard when the lord of the castle himself helps you escape.
So, Divish set you free? From his own dungeon?
He couldn't offend Henry, so he had to lock me up. But he trusted me. We were friends, after all. He led me out of the castle in the night. I was given a good horse, and in a couple of days I was in Silesia. And that was the end of it. At least until now.
And how did it happen?
It's a long story.
I've got time to listen.
All right. But for you to understand, I have to start from the beginning. I was born as Hanakin Hare of Zalush, the eldest son of Sidney of Zalush. My house became savaged, and I became the master huntsman at Talmberg.
Gamekeeper turned poacher.
Ты чего?
Nicholas gave me no choice.
What happened between you and Nicholas?
I was falsely accused of murder.
And didn't they...
That's...
And then...
Nicholas.
Why would he have done that?
He wanted rid of me, but...
How did...
What leads you...
Your head's still on...
I'm alive. Well...
Interesting.
I can't complain of boredom.
Even if I believed you, there's no proof. It all happened a long time ago.
I know. But if I didn't believe in my own innocence, I'd have to be crazy to have done what I did.
Why?
If I truly were guilty, why would I risk coming back to Bohemia? I could have died in peace as a rich man in the pay of the Jagiellonians. Only a fool would come back.
Nicholas took everything you had, regardless of your guilt or innocence. I'd say you have more than enough cause to want revenge.
I'm not like him. Anyway, you're right. I don't have any proof of my innocence. All I can give you is my word.
This is one of the most insane stories I've heard lately.
That doesn't surprise me.
But something tells me you're speaking the truth, Anakin Hare.
Thank you. I didn't expect to find anyone who believed me.
Trust me, after what I've seen lately, not much could surprise me. So, what are you up to?
Working out how to get Nicholas's confession.
And how would you do that exactly?
Simple. I'll have him sign it. I've had the priest in Janowitz write me up a parchment. When Nicholas signs it, he'll admit to everything written down there.
How do you want to force him to do that?
He won't have a choice, or rather he will have, between his wife Margaret and the job of huntsman.
I'm not following this at all.
It's plain enough. We'll kidnap Margaret. That's to say, you'll kidnap Margaret while I distract Nicholas. If he wants to see her again, he won't have any choice.
I like that. No beating around the bush.
My thoughts exactly.
But that confession's just a scrap of parchment with writing on it. What will happen to him after that?
That scrap of parchment is for Sir Divish and the provincial court. But we'll be generous to Nicholas and let him leave in peace before we deliver the confession to Talmberg.
So Nicholas will go free, and you'll clear your name?
Hopefully.
So what do I need to do?
That horn you picked up from Nicholas should help us. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from quite far off. I'll lure him out of the lodge at dawn.
And I'm meant to kidnap his wife while he's gone?
Of course it would be best if she went with you voluntarily, but if not, you'll just have to drag her with you.
I don't know. What if there's trouble?
That's why I'm sending you. I trust you. But whatever happens, Margaret mustn't be hurt. When you get her, bring her here. Then we can decide.
Так, невредимый, хорошо. Если я просто слегка придушу, так, слегка.
Tomorrow at dawn.
Ну так, слегка. Нормально? Ну, наверное, нормально. Так. Ну шо, в Пробыславицу. Так, проблема в том, что я понятия не имею, кстати говоря, где я. Может быть, вот здесь? Так, ну нет, стоп, я у какого-то ручья. У какого-то ручья мы были вот здесь. Пистчера. Может быть, я вот здесь? Ну, пожалуйста. Ну, лошадь, ну перепрыгни веточку. Садок. Да. Все, я правильно понял. Так, Тальмберг. Это что за коняшки тут пасутся? Время. Полдень. Мы едем. Куда? Пржемыславицу, или как там она называется. А как туда лучше попасть, если я сейчас вот здесь? А, ну так просто по вот, да. Вот так вот и едем. Так вот и едем, да. Вот так вот прям, да, едем, да. Да-да, вот так вот, да. Прямо вот так вот, да. Да-да-да. Да-да-да-да-да-да. Да-да-да. Чё, когда там зайчик выходит, глава последняя? Надо же закончить эту историю. Думаю, что там будет жесткая гура в конце.
Yeah.
What's that?
Здорово, мужики. Вы видели этого?
Hey, who's there?
Разбойник?
So, it's all clear to me now.
Boys, who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
What? How could you?
Sir Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to send someone better than you to Parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it? There's plenty of us, and you're on your own. So I'd think twice about how you're gonna deal with that.
Let him go, right now. Or you can stay here and feed the crows, like the rabble who were here before you.
All right. No need to be hasty, eh? Well, we'll be on our way then. Quietly. That fella's in the tent over there.
Заднюю дал. Ну так естественно, я, блин, легенда Богемии. Что он мне вообще может сделать, в принципе? Так, в какой палатке ты где? Чел. Чел. Да ёпарасоте. В какой палатке? А, вот в этой. Чё ты расселся тут?
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you. And it looks like I arrived just in time.
God's truth.
I'm Henry of Scalith.
My name is Marius Belek, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived. And so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind. Should we get going?
This is a good spot for the rat house. Every village must have one. It'll be nice and prominent here. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here.
Ну я не выспался сегодня. Что вы от меня хотите? Отстаньте от меня, прекратите, блин.
The church is still standing. Good. Whoever built it did a good job, considering how old it is and what it's been through recently. It stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though.
Уходи быстрее, дядя. Что ты ходишь еле-еле?
Hey.
We could fit at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's?
Так и должно было быть.
There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here. Main approach road and stream. I reckon it would make sense to build a stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source.
Зачем обратно, дядя? Зачем?
Supplies and trade will flow through here.
Да ты издеваешься, что ли? Иди давай.
I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere.
Так, хорошо. Я тебе сейчас поостанавливаюсь. Ты меня сейчас доведешь, чел. Я сейчас как возьму этого хряка. И ты у меня охренеешь. Вчера этот лагерь у половцев отбили.
Stone foundations. They'll come in handy, and we're close to the stream.
Дядя. Ну он так медленно ходит, господи боже. Ну ходи быстрее. Ну почему ты не можешь бегать? Что со мной? Я не выспался, мне нехорошо. У меня дергается глаз. Дядя очень медленно ходит. Мне жарко. Я хочу пить.
Hey.
all the better.
Вот это колодец. Прикольно. Сволочь, сколько ты будешь ходить?
A big space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn. That's that then. Most essential surveying is done.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Oh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divis?
Why wait? I'll head to Talmberg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It
Да?
shouldn't take us long.
Ну, у меня вообще-то дело с утра.
My
На
lord,
рассвете.
welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir.
Заплатил им за выкуп, и я хочу компенсацию. Ну нет.
They didn't look all that tough, so I put a bit of pressure
Я
on
не
them and
буду
they
ему
took to their
врать.
heels.
Я в конце концов его жену выебал. Это уж совсем свинство было бы, чтобы он мне еще и деньги
I
платил.
think they may have been a bit intimidated by me.
Let's hope they don't try anything like that again.
I'm quite sure they won't, sir.
Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
А почему я должен про это рассказывать? Тут чья это работа-то?
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
А разве так с религиозной точки зрения можно, учитывая, что я прямо внутри этого здания убил чела? Разве оно теперь не сквернено? Вспомните, когда мистер Эко захерачил... Это мистер Эко был? Да, мистер Эко, когда, помните, захерачил бандосов в церкви. И негритянские женщины пришли и заколотили церковь, сказали, ты ее осквернил нахуй просто. Ты что, ёбнутый что ли, блядь? Святой отец, блядь, падре, алло. Все, пизда теперь. Мы сюда больше не придем.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings away from the square. In particular, more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forests for agricultural land and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
That much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price. But raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will need lots of labor. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad. But it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors, more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here, but now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
То есть наших бомжей сюда закинем, да?
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honor. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True. But from what I hear, You know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
Ну ладно, ладно, ладно.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such
Ладно, это правда,
And
ладно.
I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rete bailiff. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Townburg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
Руководство пристройка должен оставить документы, объявляющие это Рихтар Журатай, который совершит публичное оглашение. Застать его проще всего сразу после полудня. Ай, блять.
What now?
Before we can start building as much as an outhouse, we'll have to get the whole area cleared, and we'll need lots of people to work the land and parcel it out.
Right. So I suppose I'd better get to Ratai first and see to that announcement.
Indeed. I'm sure the bailiff will be more than happy. It will get the refugees out of his hair, and citizens will stop complaining. I'll stay here for now and start planning the building plots. As soon as the laborers arrive, I'll start allocating work to them.
Это DLC контент, все верно. Ты совершенно прав, дружище. Как же я заебался. Ну почему в Ратае нужно ехать вот отсюда? Я заебался идти.
Yeah. Yeah.
Кто?
I'll fucking show you. You'll get one more.
Come here, lily liver. Ha! Had enough? You're going to cry now? Fucking hell. Well landed. Dear God.
Yeah.
В такие моменты представляешь себя Уолтером Уайтом, который стоит на парковке этого гипермаркета и такой говорит: "Stay out of my territory". Так, где я? Кто я? Что за полис? Нет, 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 только не здесь, пожалуйста. Лагерь какой-то, да? Ой, блядь, еще хуже!
Yeah. Yeah.
Ой, так, надо что-нибудь себе заказать, какие-нибудь приколы к пресс-конференции. Из лавки надо что-то заказать себе. Мороженое хочу. И холодненького что-нибудь попить вкусного. Так. Сейчас. Мороженое. Я хочу... Какое? Сейчас посмотрим. Так, ну точно не сорбет, точно не вот это. А, фу, это без сахара. Так. Вот такое давай. Так, это мороженое. Дальше что? Попить надо, попить газировку, но без сахара. Вот газировку без сахара можно. Так, вот это хочу. Парочку вот этих. Вот это давай тоже. Так, вот это тоже можно. Даже две. Ну и достаточно. Так, что еще? Мне еще что-то надо, да? Есть, есть, есть. И мусорные пакеты мне нужны. Вот что мне нужно. Так. Бумага. Уборка. Наверное, здесь, да? Пакеты для мусора. Так, пакет для мусора 35 литров. Нет, я больше люблю 60 литров. Биопакеты для мусора. С завязочками? Вот непонятно. Будем считать, что с завязочками, ладно. Так, что-то еще надо? Ну, сырков, ладно, можно еще сырков. Сырки никогда лишними не будут. Угу. Ну, тогда можно какой-нибудь еще салат себе на потом. Вот уж такая пьянка. Так, салат. Такой. Салат оливье с колбасой из лавки. 600 граммов? Нет, это много. Что-нибудь более человеческих размеров можно, пожалуйста? Ну, похоже, что нельзя. Салат мимоза, кулинариум. Давай попробуем. Все, достаточно. Мармеладных мишек не хочу. Не хочу. Так, а сегодня же четверг или среда? Сегодня среда. Четверг завтра. Или сегодня четверг завтра? Четверг сегодня? То есть среда вчера была? Да? Вы уверены? Ну ладно. Если вы уверены, то ладно.
Нахуй ты подзалупных цирков заказал-то? Чисто стримерская тема какая-то.
Пусть будет стримерская тема, чел. Мне впадлу с тобой разговаривать. Пусть будет стримерская тема. Все.
Greetings, Henry. I hear you won the rat-eye tourney. Well done, lad.
I've returned from Merhoyed, sir.
How does it look then?
I brought them help from the monastery. Brother Nicodemus and Johanka from Skalitz. Fortunately, Nicodemus was able to cure the disease. Well, at least what he's doing looks promising so far.
Thank Christ. Some good news for a change. What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
Fortunately, he survived and I had a chance to question him.
What did you find out?
He was transporting the false coins to Pribyslavitz. He got them from some merchant called Menhart.
I don't know him.
Neither do I. But I know where the money's handed over. It's not far from Rovna, and this Menhart should be waiting there about now.
Excellent, Henry. We mustn't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. You go there and put pressure on this Menhart to tell us what he knows. Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Goodbye.
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robard, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir.
What is it?
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again, and we must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
May I be of service, my lord?
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Pfeiffer has been asking for someone reliable to assist him.
The chief engineer? Is it about Scalars?
In a manner of speaking. Master Pfeiffer has, well, evil forebodings. I think he may want to send you to the Scalit's mines.
Can they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt with enough will and resources. Well, everything except a man. You'll get the details from Chief Engineer Pfeiffer. For the time being, consider yourself his handyman.
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? Now that's a good question. He ought to be somewhere at Perkstein unless he's gone off to deal with some problem or other. Look around. You're bound to run into him.
Well, thank you. I'll go and see him straight away.
Good luck, Hal. Take care.
Навалили квестов.
Sir, can I ask you about something?
Of course, Henry.
Well, I thought since we chased the bandits out of Pribyslavitz, the roads would be safer.
Ah, criticizing your liege lord, are you? And what, in your opinion, should he do about it?
Oh no, I don't mean anything by it. Just that it surprises me.
Easy, lad. I'm only pulling your leg. You're quite right. The roads really aren't safe. Mostly due to one thing. My garrison is a shamble these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard Pigstein. Let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
I understand.
That is, I didn't have the men. As it happens, you've come at just the right time. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot, mostly former convicts, but they're as capable as any squad of soldiers.
Excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more respectable band?
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him. But actually my reasons are of a more pragmatic nature. You see, Kuno owes me a favor, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join them?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Someone reliable. And I'd say you fit the part. Go and report to him at his encampment.
Все я, все я.
Patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
Who is this Sir Kuno of Rickwald?
He's the last baron of the House of Rickwald, which became impoverished. So he took to the mercenary trade, like many poor noblemen do, unless they become robbers, which often isn't all that different. He's certainly an entertaining companion, but as a mercenary, well, let's just say he has his own particular approach to certain matters.
That sounds a little worrying.
Oh, it's nothing too bad. Just that now and again he needs reminding not to step over the line.
How is he indebted to you?
I did him quite a big service, actually. I saved him from the hangman.
Oh, that sounds like quite a story. How did it happen?
You should ask him. You'll be spending quite a while riding together, so it'll help pass the time. But one thing I can tell you, he seems to have taken inspiration from me. A lot of his men had their own encounters with the executioner too.
All right. I'll go and report to him.
Excellent. He set up camp between Ratai and Ladechko. It's a good base for covering the province. Good luck, Henry. And watch out for yourself.
I will, sir. Thanks.
God be with you.
Да так чисто тут было. Они взяли и насрали. Опять. Квестами. Они насрали квестами. Чат, они просто, даже не то, что они надрестали квестами, просто надрестали. А моя где? А, вот моя. Ну это жесть. Они, я говорю, это даже, это не насрали, это вот прям реально надрестали. Просто вот сняли штаны и все задрестали. Ужас, ужас. Блин, а я, если честно, реально рассчитывал, что мне осталось от игры на пару стримов. Но что-то я чувствую, ну вот, вообще не на пару стримов. Так, подождите, а вот сюжетный-то квест. Ага. Ну это я могу делать, да, ну ладно. Головка от. Беготня, конечно, очень много времени сжирает. Прям катастрофически много. Блин, хорошо, хоть я все остальные квесты закрыл. Сейчас я реально могу угореть вот чисто по мейн-квестам. Ну, по новым вот этим вот квестам. Не то, что по мейну, по новым квестам могу угореть. Так, стоит ли мне сейчас в DLC-шную тему? Я думаю, стоит. Так, где оно? Угу, я понял. Ну, я, по идее, сейчас как раз на них и выйду.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Сохранялся после обхода деревни? Нет, конечно. Зачем? Что может не так пойти?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be with you. I'm looking for Sakuno. Sakuno? Baron Rickvold. Isn't this his camp?
You won't get nothing out of him. You must be Radzig's man. I heard he was supposed to send someone.
Yes, Sir Radzig sent me as a guide. I'm Henry.
I'm Jakey. And this here fella, we call the Stone.
I can see why. What's up with him? Cat got his tongue?
No, more like the dog got it. The executioner's dog. When the executioner ripped it out of him. Anyway, you better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas. And the chief. These here are the Bearman brothers. Petter and Jan. They're a barrel of laughs. Except when they're too drunk to string two words together. Like now. Don't get on the wrong side of them, though. When their blood is up, well, it ain't a pretty sight.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Never mind the fancy poses, Stefan. You're trying to kill the fucker, not teach him how to dance. And you, Dangler, stand your ground. Don't let him lead you round by the nose.
Sir? Well, sir, this is Henry. From Lord Kobola.
Ah, it's about time Radzig got round to this. We need someone who knows their way around these parts. Leave off with the bowing and curtsying. We don't hold with that tomfoolery here. Jakey! Where the hell are you sneaking off to? Go to the farm and get water. The lads are thirsty.
But I went last time.
And you'll go next time, you ungrateful pup. Get your ass moving. Snot-nosed brat. You pull him out of a pile of shit, and they thank you with back talk. Where were we? Oh yeah. We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you, Herman.
It's Henry.
Right. As I said to Radzig, I don't want to carry any dead weight. We could find ourselves in some very tight situations where every sword counts.
I know how to handle a sword, all right?
I've heard a lot of fellas say that. They still ended up on the wrong end of one. We'll find out. Stefan, take a break. Dangler, let's find out what Harold here can do.
Sure. No problem, Chief.
Украинцы потратят 1 миллион гривен на буквы для переименованных станций метро. Вы же вроде деревянными мечами дрались, не?
Да, пси-дери!
Now,
Come on then, whoreson.
Почему не регает-то? Ну ладно.
You didn't fare badly at all, I must say. You can ride with us.
All right, good. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Sir Kuno, can you tell me something about yourself?
Drop the sir. That title brought me nothing but grief. But what do you want to know?
В Москве букву М тоже за хуляр отменяли. Да, но... Как бы тебе сказать-то? Во-первых, это другое. А во-вторых... Ну, как-то поспокойней, что ли, было.
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth. How did that happen?
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool. And your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. We took our name from Rickval Castle. But that actually belonged to the convent of the Poor Clares in Tynitz. And my father only leased it. You see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Knew her very well. There was even talk that she only joined the order because her family wouldn't let her marry him. Anyway, whether he was fucking her right there in the convent, or he just took a lot of interest in scripture, he spent an awful lot of time in Tynitz.
Oh, you might have been after a bit of both.
Sinning and confessing all in one place. Well, I can see the convenience of it. Anyway, my mother never had strong nerves. Truth be told, her sanity was always shaky. Pa's escapades drove her cuckoo entirely. Then, one frosty December morning, I was woken by screaming and smoke. I looked out the window. I saw my mother there, in the courtyard, wreathed in flames. Behind her, the stables, the farm buildings and the tower were burning too. And she just stood there, shrieking with laughter.
Christ, that sounds like a scene straight out of hell.
Hellish it was, I can tell you. Me and my sister Adela and a few servants managed to get out before the whole place went up. I couldn't get to my father. Or my little brother. Poor lad was only 7. My sister and I were left destitute after the fire. Then my cousin, Adam of Drevich, took us into his castle. A few weeks later, he offered to buy what was left of our estates and sell me a small fortress near a Kovnik. It was a great relief. We suddenly had some hope of a future again. So I told my sister about it. And it was the biggest mistake of my life. A week later, the two of them announced to me they were getting married. And all that was left of our estates, lands, woods, villages, Adela was to get it all as a dowry.
But surely that was for you to decide. You were the head of the family, right?
Aye. Only I barely had 17 years under my belt, and I'd just lost everything. Of course, I argued with them, and that was the only excuse they needed to kick me out of Drevich too.
That's pretty harsh.
You're telling me. But I'm not complaining. As my pa always used to say, if you can turn your hand to something, you'll never be lost. I doubt it ever crossed his mind how often I'd remember those words.
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family...
is all so...
Oh.
But it's a... You
Так,
see,
это только что было.
Well, no...
Not my old man. He cursed like... Anyway. A few... It was a great... Oh, but... Aye.
What about your debt to Sir Radzig? How did that come about?
A twist of fate, lad. I was fighting in the hostilities between the House of Schallenberg and the town of Colleen. Some trade dispute it was, and I fought under the Schallenberg colours. In the end, the two sides negotiated a truce, and I rode to Colleen with the delegation that was to parley there. We stopped off at an inn on the way, and it was there that I met Radzig Kobyla. I could tell at first sight he was a man after my own heart. A likeable rogue, with a sharp mind and a merry soul. We spent the whole night drinking together and talking, and in the morning we set off together, with sore heads, but in good temper, since he was travelling to Colleen same as I was. Only, once we reached the city gates, they arrested me on the spot. Seems the burghers had it in for me, since I'd been making their lives hell for a good 6 months. On the other hand, I was a member of the peace delegation, so by rights, they shouldn't have even looked at me sideways. And then it hit me why Radzig was there. Colleen is a royal city, so he was there to represent the king's interests.
I see. So he was on the other side.
That's right. Anyway, they threw me in a dungeon, and a few days later, word reached me that the Schallenbergs had reached an agreement with the burghers. Only part of the deal was they would give them my head. And I'd surely have ended my days swinging from the town battlements if it hadn't been for Radzig. He liked me, and he could see it was a dirty trick, so he somehow squared things with the city council.
Lucky for you.
Indeed. I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time, and how could I refuse him?
I'd like to ask about your men.
Ask away.
What about the fellow they call Dangler?
I've never ridden with a better man, I can tell you. He doesn't say a lot, but for that, he listens all the better. Nothing escapes him.
So he scouts for you?
Not just that. It's happened more than once. I was closing a deal with someone, and Dangler told me after that he didn't like the smell of the fella nearly every time he was right. And the fellow tried to stab me in the back afterwards.
Those Behrman brothers are quite a pair.
Indeed they are. There's no more mercy in them than in, well, a bear. If I told them to skewer you on the spot, they'd do it, without batting an eyelid.
Jesus.
Oh, aye. They'd argue first about which one of them got to do the job, but they're as obedient as a huntsman's dogs. Real soldiers, a pair of them. Reliable, as long as they don't get too drunk. Then there's no keeping them under control. But nobody's perfect.
What can you tell me about Stefan?
Fletching? For one thing, he's a very resourceful fellow.
How did he come to join your band?
Well, let's just say he was in the right place at the right time. You'll find he has quite a knack for that.
What exactly happened?
Sorry, I'd love to tell you the whole story, but I'd be betraying his trust.
Oh, now you've got me curious. Maybe I should ask him myself.
Sure, why not? Our Fletch does love to converse.
What about that dumb one? How did he end up with you?
The stone? Oh, he just kind of tagged along.
Just like that?
Aye, just like that. We were riding from Olomouc to a castle past Kladsko, when we ran into him and some other wayfarers camping along the way. You know how it goes. We made acquaintance with them, had a drink or two. Then we travelled on together. After all, there's safety in numbers.
I'm not sure I'd be thinking that if I ran into you lot on the road.
We might have done some things I ain't proud of. But wayfarers are sacred even for me. Anyway, our fellow travellers dropped off along the way. One in Mohelnitz, one in Schoenberg, and the rest in Kladsko. Except for the stone. He stuck with us the whole way. The fellas kept asking him what he was after. But of course he never said a word. When we were approaching Barsdorf, I ordered the men to get rid of him. I had some business at the castle, and I didn't want any strangers sticking their noses in. Stefan tried to tell him nicely, but he just sat there, staring like he was turned to stone. That's when we gave him the name. Then the Bearman brothers tried to get him off his horse. He booted Jan in the face and knocked him out cold. Then he jumped down and felled Petter with one punch. A man who can do that is a man you want on your side. So we kept him.
Weren't you worried about having a stranger in your band? Especially one who didn't talk.
No, I figured if he can't talk, he can't tell. Besides, I've had worse.
What about Jakey?
Jakey? That boy will be the death of me. You've got to be tough on him, or he's good for nothing. But I'm fond of him, in a way.
Like a son?
I wouldn't go that far. But I've no family of my own. And unlike those other cutthroats, he seems to me like a good lad.
Well, you're pretty hard on him, though. And the others keep him on his toes, too.
The boy needs a firm hand. I was like him once, and I got the same too. If we let him be, we'd end up with a third bear man. And who'd want that?
True. 2 is more than enough.
Так, все.
Should we ride out?
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the
Всегда
north.
с
Is
собой.
there anything interesting that way?
North of here.
Нет, нет,
нет,
я только что оттуда приехал, что я наделал?
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables.
Я только что оттуда.
Something interesting is sure to turn up. Feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
Опять сюда. Ну ладно. Ну оно само едет, ладно. Тогда ладно.
What a fine day, eh, brother?
Indeed, brother.
You know what I like best about days like this, Jan?
The scent of chamomile wafting from the hillsides.
Among other things.
Она точно правильно едет?
Like the rounded hills, rising, perky, all soft and pink in the sunlight.
And the fertile valley below, spreading wide and inviting.
Dew glistening in a mossy hollow.
The sweet aroma of honey in the air.
The sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Aye. It reminds
Он
me
сказал
of that
erect.
day. That day where the two of us fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very droll. You'd make a stuffed bird laugh.
Your ma's a stuffed bird. I stuffed her myself.
I can't smell any chamomile.
Well, men, how are things?
May I?
Yes, Fletch?
How shall I put it? I'm a little concerned about the prospects in these parts, Chief.
Oh? How's that?
I've been looking around, and if you'll pardon me, it seems to me that we've been stuck for a long time in the arsehole of beyond.
It's not Paris, France, I'll grant you.
What I mean to say is, I haven't got any new kit or arrows since the day Jakey joined us. It makes me uneasy, Chief.
I see. What about the rest of you?
I don't know what Fletcher's moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in the taverns who don't know when to stop rolling those dice.
Dangler?
It's the arsehole of beyond everywhere we go. And it always makes me uneasy.
Jakey?
Fletch can complain. I was supposed to get a suit of armor, and all I got was a shitty kettle hat.
Sorry, but they don't do hauberks in girl sizes.
Oh? Well, how did you get yours then?
All right, appreciate your honesty, lads. Don't worry, there will be plunder. We're here to fight. To the victor the spoils.
That's how it's always been. But no purse of silver will shed blood for you on the battlefield. That's what this company is for. And I hope you never forget the golden rule. You can joke all you want, moan all you want, but nothing will keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader, who you choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Let's go. Behind me, and keep your eyes peeled.
Галопом поедем? Серьезно? Вот это да, конечно. Ну вы, блин, ну и фантазеры.
What do you think we can expect this time, fellas?
Groschen, hidden in a piss pot under the bed. Nice chunk of beef. No one there will be eating.
On account of it'd just fall out through the holes in their belly. Hey, brother.
Yeah. My mouth is already watering, brother.
Дом горит.
Yeah.
Дом горит. Вам насрать, да?
Never gets to see the action from close.
Ну, в
What about
принципе,
you,
да.
Dangler? What do you expect to find?
Futility and human suffering, like always.
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leaf out of Stone's book? Shut the fuck up.
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Пепелище.
Still smouldering. Whoever torched it can't have got very far.
Так, что еще осмотреть? О нет, резня была. Нет,
No
убили
signs of
тетю.
resistance. They simply slaughtered them like animals.
Не.
Looks like it happened fast. God almighty. They can't be all that clever or they'd have taken the wagon. They weren't even armed. Jesus Christ, what a massacre. Poor wretch.
Да, вот это не жалко. Ну, потому что собаки гандоны. С какой стати гандоны? Потому что они на тебя гавкают, когда ты подходишь ночью куда-то. Просто начинают на тебя гавкать. Почему? Потому что они гандоны.
Oh, my luck's not in today.
Would you stop doing that?
You think they'll have any use for this stuff?
That's not the point. Robbing the dead isn't right.
That's what you say. I say it's all the fucking same to them. They're dead. And Prague Groshen are worthless in Lombardy. Never mind in the hereafter.
I'm telling you for the last time, stop it.
And I'm telling you for the last time, I see no reason why I should.
Господи. О, нихуя, кстати, смотрите, на него нам бычить-то не так легко.
You call yourself a Christian, and you're robbing the dead.
They've no use for anything, and I have to eat.
I've seen your camp. It doesn't look to me like you want for anything.
Not now, but a man's got to have something to secure his future.
And what did you take from that corpse?
A wooden spoon and some string.
Oh, great, you can retire right away. I hope it's worth your immortal soul to you.
You're a bit holier than thou, ain't you? But all right, they ain't got nothing worth a damn anyway.
Но вообще, все, что я могу сказать, это вот процитировать описание перка из второго фалача. Они мертвы, им все равно. Так, я не понимаю, что от меня еще хотят. Я осмотрел все, что здесь было. Больше здесь не на что смотреть.
Did you find any tracks?
Some, a horse or two. They rode off through the meadow towards dawn. They're avoiding the road, which is interesting.
Towards dawn?
Meaning towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Oh, they can't move too fast then.
No. And what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Nice work. Thanks. I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Место охоты на косуль. А у меня задания как бы нету. У меня как бы... Да, тебе того же. Не тот квест смотрел? Ну как не тот-то? Но тут действительно нету больше ничего. Вот, смотрите, еще что-то.
They turned the place over good and proper.
Так, и что?
What a pile of shit. I wonder if they found anything valuable at all.
Ну, и что? Что в доме-то? Что в доме? Что? Вот дом. Что в доме? В доме ничего нет. Все украдено уже до нас. А.
Kuno will want to know about this.
Рацих кобыла, бессовестный ты изверг, лишенный всякого христианского благочестия. Я обвиняю тебя, ты отрекся от всякой чести и добродетели, когда решился на жестокие злодеяния против меня и моей семьи. Я нарекаю тебя беспородной собакой за совершение тех подлостей, что ты, несомненно, прекрасно помнишь. Я вызываю тебя на поединок, как того требует рыцарская честь, дабы ты не прятался трусливо за стенами своего замка и защищал свое имя и имя своего рода, как и следует поступить человеку благородного звания. Если ты откажешься, я пройду по этой земле, тогда все узнают, что ты бесчестный негодяй, недостойный благородного общества, а твой щит я прибью к позорному столбу на поругание. Богом клянусь, что буду поступать по справедливости и чести своего рода, совершая против тебя лишь то, что ты заслужил. Мой гнев направлен только против тебя, но чем дольше ты трусливо прячешься от меня, тем дольше я буду разорять и грабить эту землю, но это будет на твоей совести. Подписано 2 июня в год 1403 до Рождества Христова паном Хагеном Цулем. Ну, жесть, он тупой, походу, Паген, этот хулин-то.
Kuno, your men are robbing the dead.
What did you expect, Henry? Old habits die hard. And most of the lads ain't had an easy life.
Так, ну это не прокнет, да?
Or maybe it's time they turned over a new leaf then.
You ought to be a priest. Try telling them yourself then, if you want to hear some choice swear words.
I found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zul. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
What do you know about these Zuls?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
I thought I could go and search for those raiders. They might not have gotten very far yet.
All right. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes. We'll keep searching here for a while, and then head back to the camp.
Чем я перегружен-то, ёпросоте? А, вот это не мое, кстати, да. Простите.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Я не понимаю, куда метка вот это. А, место охоты на косуль. Это вот здесь было, кажется, да? Да. Замуровали демоны. Так, вот. Что я здесь должен найти? Что я здесь должен найти? Выследи всадников. Каким нахрен образом выследи всадников? Это что, шутка какая-то? Я не понимаю, просто, что я должен сделать вот в этой подсвеченной области сейчас? Да не беси меня.
Poor creature. Hunted down like game.
Время ограничено. Ну тогда давайте думать. Подсказывайте, что вы сидите-то, как сделать по красоте. Еще улики. Ну проблема в том, что здесь трава, я просто не вижу. Я просто бегаю и сканирую все. Так, вот.
They went this way. Seems they met some resistance at the farm. What a waste. But at least I know which way they went. There they are.
И? Разобраться с налетчиками.
Who's there? You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Так.
Yo,
Кто
I'm
это?
going to
А вас не слишком дохуя, нет?
Come here, lily liver. What's the matter? Come on. Take that. Is that all you got?
Gone weak at the knees, have you? Curse.
Ну не надо. По-моему, я только что 2 минуснул.
What's the matter? Come on.
Я ничего не понимаю. Нет, 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 нет.
Is that all you?
Так, лавка доехала. Я ничего не понимаю. Пизда. Ну вот типичная вот эта вот херобора произошла. Когда закончилась стамина и просто 5 человек тебя одновременно бьют.
You're done for.
Делай что-нибудь, пожалуйста, у меня кровотечение. Да умри уже. — 25 хп осталось. Жесть. Так, хорошо, я победил челов, и что теперь? А-а-а. Все? Ну, я разобрался с налетчиками-то, нет? Так, челы. Я разобрался с налетчиками или нет? Я не понимаю. Нет, не разобрался.
Fucker!
Да ёпти, ты что такой живучий-то? Вот, все. Так, мне нужно что-то залутать? У них важного или нет? Нет. Пушку что забыл? Да... Так, в смысле этот чел? Я не знаю. Ну такой вот чел. Так, а что теперь? А мне не нужно вернуться к моим челам? И сказать им, типа, что я разобрался? Куна, вернись. Так, ну вот теперь бы, блин, понять бы, в какую сторону только возвращаться. Ну, по идее, вот я отсюда пришел, если я правильно понимаю. Так, дорога. Ну, вообще можно дальше еще идти, как бы. Угу. Ушли? Не, не ушли вроде. Ну как не ушли? Здесь только вот этот остался, товарищ. А нет, вот он.
I tracked down those raiders.
You did? Well, nice work. So where are they?
They were a short way off to the east, in the woods, dividing up their loot.
Were? They're gone now? Which way?
Down. To hell, where I sent them.
What? Jesus, Henry. Are you out of your mind?
Well, I took advantage at the moment of surprise.
Christ above, I've met some mad bastards in my time, but... Alright, I'll send someone there to scout around. Meanwhile, you have a snoop around here and see if you can find anything interesting.
I could do with a bite to eat.
В смысле что-нибудь интересное здесь? Так, все, да? Ну, получается, все. Все, и это все ваши DLC хваленые. Ну, понятно. Не, ну если здесь все DLC такие, то это, конечно, я тогда быстро справлюсь. Так, предлагаю, знаете что? Я предлагаю сейчас доехать до таверны, засейвиться там, засейвиться в таверне и пойти смотреть конфу яндексовскую. Вот, посмотрим ее, а потом вернемся и будем продолжать закрывать ваши рафляные DLC. 5-минутные.
Good health.
Кушать.
Can I sleep here?
Certainly. For how long?
How about...
Sure.
Here you are.
You'll like it. Goodbye.
I have to eat something. My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
Сколько часов накатал на авто перед сдачей экзамена в ГИБДД? Ну, вообще, сколько положено. Но потом я не сдал. Потом еще немножко покатал. И не сдал. Потом еще немножко покатал. И снова не сдал. Потом я долго не катал. Потом покатал. Ну... Ну, сколько? Ну, часов 10-15, наверное, и сдал. Какую тачку купил? Синенькую. Так, выходим.